Will reality become virtual? Reality has always been defined by what we can see, touch, and experience with our senses. But what happens when technology becomes so advanced that the line between the physical world and the digital one begins to dissolve? We already live part of our lives online. We work there. We socialize there. We create identities there. The question is no longer if reality will change, but how far that transformation will go. Will reality, as we know it, eventually become virtual? 1. The human desire to recreate reality. Throughout history, humans have attempted to represent reality more vividly. From cave paintings to Renaissance art, from photography to cinema, each technological leap brought us closer to immersive representation. Virtual reality is not an accident of modern engineering. It is the result of a long-standing human desire to step inside imagined worlds. Early virtual environments appeared in research laboratories during the 1960s, when scientists began experimenting with head-mounted displays. These early systems were crude, heavy, and limited, but the idea was revolutionary. For the first time, reality itself became something that could be simulated. 2. The rise of digital worlds. In the 21st century, virtual environments evolved rapidly. Video games introduced persistent digital worlds. Social platforms transformed communication into digital presence. Remote work blurred the boundary between physical offices and online spaces. Today, technologies such as virtual reality, augmented reality, and mixed reality are no longer experimental concepts. They are active industries supported by major corporations, governments, and research institutions. The term metaverse emerged to describe interconnected digital environments where people could work, socialize, learn, and create inside virtual spaces that feel increasingly real. This is not science fiction. It is an ongoing transition. 3. How real can virtual reality become? Modern virtual reality systems stimulate multiple senses simultaneously. High-resolution visuals, spatial audio, hand tracking, and haptic feedback work together to convince the brain that what it is experiencing is real. Neuroscience explains why this works. The human brain does not distinguish reality by truth, but by sensory input. If enough signals align, the brain accepts the experience as authentic. Studies show that people can develop emotional responses to virtual environments that are nearly identical to those experienced in the physical world: fear, joy, empathy, and attachment. In carefully controlled experiments, virtual experiences have altered human behavior, memory, and perception long after the headset was removed. Reality, it turns out, is more flexible than we once believed. 4. The psychological dimension. As virtual experiences become more convincing, new psychological questions emerge. If meaningful relationships can exist in digital spaces, what defines authenticity? If achievements in virtual worlds require real effort, do they hold real value? Psychologists warn that prolonged immersion could reshape identity, attention, and emotional regulation. At the same time, therapists are already using virtual reality to treat trauma, anxiety, and phobias with remarkable success. Virtual environments are neither inherently harmful nor inherently beneficial. Their impact depends on how deeply they replace, or complement, physical reality. 5. Economic and social shifts. Virtual reality is not only changing experience, but economy. Digital assets, virtual property, and online labor are now traded for real-world value. Entire careers exist within virtual ecosystems. Education is moving into immersive classrooms. Medical training uses virtual simulations. Architects design buildings inside digital replicas before construction begins. As these systems grow more sophisticated, physical location becomes less important. Presence is redefined. Reality begins to fragment into layers: physical, digital, and hybrid. 6. Philosophical questions. What is real? Philosophers have long questioned the nature of reality. If experience defines reality, then simulated experience challenges the idea that reality must be physical. If a moment feels real, leaves emotional traces, and shapes memory, can it truly be called artificial? Some thinkers argue that future generations may not see a strict boundary between physical and virtual existence. Instead, they may experience reality as a continuum. Others caution that meaning emerges from limitation, from physical constraints that virtual worlds often lack. The debate remains unresolved. 7. Could reality become mostly virtual? Technologically, the path is clear. More immersive systems, neural interfaces, digital environments indistinguishable from physical space. But reality is not shaped by technology alone. It is shaped by human values. Biological needs, social trust, and emotional grounding still anchor us to the physical world. No simulation can fully replace the complexity of lived human presence, at least, not yet. The future may not be a replacement of reality, but an expansion of it. 8. What remains unknown? Several questions remain unanswered. Will long-term immersion alter human cognition permanently? Can virtual environments foster genuine community, or will they isolate us further? Who controls digital reality, and what ethical frameworks govern it? These are not technical questions. They are societal ones, and their answers will define the future of human experience. Reality has never been static. It evolves with our tools, our beliefs, and our imagination. Virtual worlds may never replace the physical one entirely, but they are already reshaping how we live, connect, and understand ourselves. Perhaps the real question is not whether reality will become virtual, but whether humanity is prepared to redefine what real truly means. If this exploration challenged your perspective, consider supporting the channel by liking the video and subscribing to Interesting Mind Hub. More thoughtful documentaries are coming.